Hello, everybody. It's Chris Cowden here from AppSumo, and we're joined with Mohammed from ChatPlayground AI for another Meet the Founders episode live stream. Chat Playground are a top performing new arrival on AppSumo, and we're pleased to have them with us. Mohammed, please introduce yourself and tell me a little bit how you came up with the concept of Chat Playground.
Hello, everyone. Super glad I could be here. And I'm glad that you guys have been enjoying the deal. I'm one of the co founders here of Chat Playground, which we only started 4 months ago. And it's been going very well. We have people who are using that product every day. And our usage metrics are going up like this. So happy to be here today, share more about the product and what the future of Chat Playground will look like.
Awesome, awesome. Well, so if anybody else can hear it, there's a bit of background noise, and that's just because Mohammed is outside in San Francisco, sunny San Francisco, or cloudy. but that so so Chat Playground is 4 months old. How did you come up with the concept? I know you've got quite a funny story to share about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing research at UC Berkeley, and the concept was for my research was which AI model is the best. So I created this platform where I can compare different AI models, and I realized this idea of comparing different AI models is very popular because you can pick out the best answer when you from four different models, and that way you're much more effective when you're using AI. So then we made the platform public. It got a lot of good traction, and we started adding features. We added a AI document editor, we added an AI learning companion, an AI browser copilot, and what we saw is that the AI browser copilot and the playground feature we have. Playground is where you can compare different chatbots. Those are the most popular features, and we can demo them for you guys today.
Perfect, perfect. I think we'll just go straight to the demo, and then if you've got questions about it, please just submit them in the comments, and we'll pull up some of the questions. Um,
All right. So should I share my screen, Chris?
yes, please.
Awesome. Gotcha. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Perfect. So, guys, Chat Playground is a Chrome extension, and the reason we built it as a Chrome extension is so we can create way more features for you guys. I know a lot of people are asking for a web app and mobile app, which is coming soon. We're just revising those updates, and then we'll launch it publicly. But get started with Chat Playground, you're gonna want to download the Chrome extension, which is right here. And once you've downloaded it, you can pin the extension. So once it's pinned, you can access Chat Playground anytime by using this icon. And that will open up the Chat Playground app for you. So we could just dive into our most popular feature, which is Playground. This gives you access to all the premium AI models. For example, if you wanted to access ChatGPT 4o, you'd have to pay $20 a month. Another $20 for Gemini, another $20 for Sonnet, and Perplexity another $20. Instead, here we connect directly to their API and we pay per usage, so we're able to offer you them all for one price. So let's say I'm doing research about um, a sore throat, or I have chest pains in my throat. I have chest pains in not chest pains in my throat, but near my throat. And if I'm doing research about something, I want as much detail about it as possible. And a lot of times, different AI models will leave out different information. And what this does is because you're using a lot of AI models, you get the most information possible, and you can pick out the output that helps you the most. So here, let's see the difference. So you could see perplexity here gives me a much more detailed answer. Uh, But here, ChatGPT just gives me different types of pains I could be experiencing, where perplexity really helps me understand where these pains are coming from and gives me much more detail. So this is just like one example. People they like to compare the outputs and pick out the best one that's for their use case. Our second most popular feature is Web Copilot, and this is my favorite feature, and I'll show you guys how I use it every day. So the first use case we have is the other day I was just on this website called Hebia AI, and this is an enterprise software. And a lot of the stuff on this website I didn't understand. So I just went ahead, I popped up my AI sidebar or my AI browser copilot, and I can just screenshot. So in this example, I will let me find the okay. So this is the image that I didn't understand the other day, and what I did was I came here, I screenshotted. So okay, we need to fix this, but oh, okay, sorry. We'll use Okay, so this is actually a bug with the screenshot that I just found right now. Oh, but there we go. Actually, I'll demo it on Arc because it works much better. But yeah, we'll fix that bug. Okay, so here I can just screenshot this image and I can ask it. All right, here it is. Sorry, guys. We need to fix this feature. I can ask it, what does FTE mean? Because this is a real life scenario from the other day. So boom, it gives you the answer right then and there. It understands your browser. This company, another way I was using it was I turned on use page content, and because this was an enterprise company, I wasn't really sure what they were doing. I just asked my AI assistant, what does this company do? Explain it to me like a 5-year old. Just because it was really complicated, and with these enterprise websites, they don't tell you too much of the product, or it's all this corporate jargon that a lot of people are not going to be familiar with. So here it tells me, imagine this company Hebia is like a super smart helper for grown-ups at work. You know how sometimes you have a big mess of toys and it's hard to find the right one? So yeah, I'm not going to dive into that. But another use case that you can set up is with prompts. Let's say you come across a someone sends you a message in a different language, let's say Spanish, because we get a lot of customer support tickets in Spanish. uh, One way that has been very easy for us to support these customers is we will just use one of our prompts that we created in our AI browser copilot. So I'm just trying to find some text in Spanish here so I could demo this. Okay. Or you know what? I'll show you guys what the prompt feature looks like. So here, if I go to Web Copilot, I can create a prompt. So in this prompt, since I couldn't find some Spanish text, I'm going to create a prompt that translates any other text into Spanish. So translate the highlighted text into Spanish. So imagine now that we got a support ticket, and that support ticket is in Spanish. What I'll go ahead and do is I can j- highlight it, and I can do translate, and it will make it a much easier process than whether I'd have to go back and forth with Google Translate and come back, because it's just your AI sidebar assistant is right here. And the best part about this is when you have an assistant that understands the work that you're doing, that's when it can really help you a lot. And so I'll show you guys another example of how I'm using the sidebar. So we get a lot of reviews with AppSumo, and it was taking us like 2 hours a day to get to all of them. But instead, what I did is I created a prompt that allows me to reply to reviews um, in my tone, in my style of writing. So here it is, AppSumo review replier, and it's going to give me an answer that's in my tone, and I can just copy and paste it in here. But of course, we made sure to read our messages before we send them out to make sure it's genuine and it actually helps you guys. So here um, we have, let's demo it live on this question from a customer. How to access web app. I logged into Chat Playground on my iPad, and yet I am unable to find the web app. Where do I look? So I have this prompt. I can just highlight the text. I can choose customer success, and hey, I totally get the confusion. Chat Playground is actually a Chrome extension, not a web app. That's why you couldn't find it on your iPad. Currently, we only offer Chat Playground for laptops and desktops. We're planning to expand to more platforms in the future, but for now, that's our current setup. Sorry for any inconvenience. So this answer is perfect, and it
Perfect.
literally just saved me a ton of time. One other way I'm using it, I know a lot of people are content creators. We're using it on LinkedIn. So there's a very popular writing style on LinkedIn. And what I'll do to replicate that style is I'll go to a popular influencer like Matt Gray, who has really mastered this writing style, and I'll go to his profile. I can go to his posts, and I can, if I pull up my AI Browser Copilot here, I can ask it to use the page content. So now it understands all of these posts from Matt Gray, and I can ask it, write a post about how to build a software company in Matt Gray's writing style and tone. And because it understands the page content, it's going to be able to pick up on how he writes, and it's going to give me a post that's just in his tone and his style. So you could see it even includes the join the founders. He usually adds a call to action to join his community. But obviously, if I were to post this, I'd delete that part and tailor it to my own. So that's another way we're using the AI Browser Copilot. But what we've heard from customers is that the huge difference between this and ChatGPT is that it understands your browser. So if you're reading an article and you need it summarized, uh, you can summarize the article directly from your browser. This is not a feature within ChatGPT. You can't just input any website and have it help you out. And then the other best part is that you don't always have to navigate back and forth with ChatGPT. And so there's more features. Like I said, we'll fix this screenshot feature because this is pretty embarrassing, but we'll make sure to get it fixed. And then some of our secondary tools, not as popular, but some people still use them, is our AI document editor. So here, this gives you like a flat space to write, and you have an AI assistant that you can ask for help. And you can also choose from a lot of these use cases. They're more tailored towards businesses. We haven't added more just because if you'd like to do prompt engineering, within our playground, you can select prompts, you can save your own prompts, create your own prompts, save them, and even choose from the prompts that we already offer. And if there's any prompts you guys would like us to create for you, let us know and we can create them as well. And then another feature is our learning companion. You can generate a flashcard from a YouTube video, PDF, website. So let's demo that. I think this one's pretty cool. So here we have Mr. Beast, and I can just copy. All right. So now it's going to just take some time to process the transcript of the video, and it's going to generate 4 different sets of flashcards.
Out of all the features you've just shared, would you
Mhm.
recommend that users build out prompts to start before they start using it as a Chrome extension? What would you recommend they do in their first day of using Chat Playground?
The first day, I asked users to familiarize themselves with our AI Browser Copilot because that's what we've seen be the most powerful feature. Just because even though it's really simple, when you have an AI assistant that understands your day to day work and you can ask it to jump in anytime, that's a game changer. So I use it. Now that I think about it, here's another way I use it. Let's see. I think Chris, you sent me an email, and I needed. We'll use your email as an example. Why can't I find it? Or we can use this email as an example. Say I want to respond to this email, I can pull up my AI browser Copilot. Because it's using page content, I can just ask it reply to this email.
And it will pick the best language model, or do you choose which one you prefer?
You
Okay.
could choose. I personally prefer Anthropic, which is Claude 3.5 Sonnet, but different people have different preferences.
Will it regenerate the reply when you switch between those language models?
Uh, yes, you can have it regenerate, but you'd have to ask it the question again.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so one way we're trying to make this feature more powerful is we want you to be able to train. Right now, the AI Browser Copilot is trained on what's going on in your browser, but we want you to be able to train your pilot on the information from your company. So let's say you have a lot of customer support tickets. You could essentially train this copilot to be to understand everything about your previous support tickets, and that way, whenever you have a support ticket, you can use your AI browser copilot to assist you with that support ticket. The way I did it earlier with the AppSumo demo is I trained it on a prompt. So I trained it on a prompt. But the reason this isn't the best way to do it is because with a prompt, you're only so limited to how much information you can add. So what we're building out is something called AI agents, where you'll be able to train it on an unlimited amount of information, and you can train it on PDFs, CSVs. There's one more thing, but I can't quite remember it right now. YouTube
Totally
videos.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that you've shared in the YouTube demo. Could you go back to the flashcards? That caught my eye.
Yeah. So these are the flashcards we've generated. This is not a very, even though it's very cool and nothing out there really exists that creates flashcards. Not a lot of people use this because no one really needs flashcards on their day-to-day basis. But that's one cool feature. I can also chat with the YouTube video. So
Yeah, I saw one of the reviews of somebody said that they liked this particular feature where they could chat with the YouTube video. So
yeah.
excited to see this.
So in the next update, version 2, we're going to allow you to train agents on YouTube videos as well. So let's say you can essentially create an agent that's trained on every Joe Rogan podcast, and you can ship that agent publicly and people can use it and talk about it. So that's kind of one direction we're headed. Image generation, you can generate photos. So these are the photos I've generated. Not the best, but they're better than nothing. We're working on having a better AI model, but let's just have fun with it for now. Like I said, we only started 4 months ago. We kind of made the mistake of shipping a lot of features and tools instead of focusing on one or two tools and making them as powerful as possible. But moving forward, we're going to focus on our AI browser Copilot and add the ability to create custom AI chatbots or slash agents is what we like to call them. And I think that's when our tool will become really powerful.
I
And
think
then
it takes a lot of courage to go and build something, and of what you've
yeah,
created in the last 4 months, I'm pretty amazed by it. Is that what you did at university?
yeah. So yeah, currently at UC Berkeley and building this out.
Wow, incredible.
And then Mixture AI is one that users really like because it combines all four of the best AI models into one answer. And let's just demo that. Chris, do you have a question in mind that we can ask? I tend to blank out sometimes when I'm demoing, but we can just ask. Um, let's see, what is Ozempic? So this is a very controversial medicine that's been going viral, and okay, so Gemini is glitching, but so now it's summarized all three of these answers for me, and because it's taking the information from all of them, it's giving me one answer that's much more powerful than just Llama, for example, or ChatGPT, for example. Here, it's much more concise, much more information, much more organized. And that's why people like to use Mixture AI then rather than compare them, because now they don't have to read each model individually. They can just read Mixture AI and has all the information they need, and it's much more concise that way.
Right, so Mixture AI is what you've created, where you're combining all the different languages.
Yeah. So
Okay,
this is actually super unique to us. No other platform has the ability to combine large language models. And one thing is a feature request that we had is there was a finance person who sold his finance company for millions, and he was sharing with me. He was like, when finance professionals make a decision on trading, the way they do it is you have someone from the credit analyst team come, and you have someone from the private equity team come, and two more teams, and you guys sit down and you make a decision. So he was asking us, can I make an agent based on each team? So you would have a credit analyst agent, you would have a private equity agent, and they would all be trained on their information, and you can combine them to give you one answer. So that's something unique that we're gonna have in version 2 that you can create with our AI agents.
yeah, you can build out your own AI agents for a particular, and you can have them work together.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect, great.
Yeah.
Um, out of so what's the big vision for Chat Playground? What would you like to achieve achieve
Yeah.
with it?
The bigger vision is this is a productivity tool, and we see people using it every day. The the best part is when you see like the usage in the weekday increases and then the weekend it drops down because people are not on their laptops. So we know we have a sense of product market fit, and it's like how can we build on that? These other features, the usage is very low, so we know there isn't strong product market fit for them. So that's why we kind of added this ability to hide them. But we're going to build on our AI Browser Copilot because that's what we've seen be the most impactful, the most time saving. Uh, the statistic we kind of gathered just by talking to users and our personal usage is that having an assistant that understands your company information, it understands the work you're doing on your laptop, and it's convenient to pull up at any time. This allows you to use, not allows you, rather it enables you to use AI like 30% more often. And that 30% more often using AI could be the difference of getting work done in 10 hours versus 15 hours, depending on how you're using AI. So that's what we're focusing on is now allowing you to create more customized AI models that are trained on your information, and then you can integrate them with your browser.
Amazing. When you originally created it, who was it? Who did you have in mind as like your perfect user? Or
Mhm. The perfect user for us in the beginning was someone who uses AI at least 15 times a week, because what we found in our research at UC Berkeley is the reason you want to compare multiple AI models at once is because you're 70% more likely to find a better answer than if you were just to use one AI model. So 70% of the time that I run through this process, I'm more likely to find a better answer from Gemini, Perplexity, or Claude than if I had just used ChatGPT. So anyone who is already using AI a lot, this would benefit them. And yeah, that's what we had in mind when we started.
Perfect. We've actually got a question from somebody on YouTube.
Awesome.
I'll pull it up. Can those AI agents that you are talking to be shared with other users? Can I build an agent and then share it with my team?
Yes. So this more tailored use case of creating custom agents, we're initially we were building it for teams. So we're gonna have a version for teams, and then we're in version 2 of the new update is when we will allow consumers to share these agents publicly. But for now, in right off the bat, once we ship this feature, you will be able to share it with your team.
Perfect. Thank you for answering that one. We do have another one that's come up about security of information that we input. Will we be able to upload business PDFs? Is it totally private? Is it used to improve the models?
So all of these AI models, they give you the option to whether the data that you're sharing with them can be used to train their models or not. We of course have that option disabled. So no, none of your information will be used to train the AI models. And right now we're working on getting certification for that because our bigger goal in the future is to expand to teams because their teams are people who are doing work on the laptop the most. So we think our tool can benefit them the most, and we need to have those privacy and data concerns in place. And the way we're kind of solving that is by trying to secure this certificate in the next few months.
Perfect. Thank you so much for answering those questions. Um, Out of all the feedback that you've received on AppSumo, which of those are you working on to improve the product, or have you just looked at all the reviews, put them in a roadmap? And which ones are you prioritizing? Is the main question.
Yeah, so since we launched on AppSumo, we had a few bugs at first because of all the traffic. So we wrapped up all those bugs. We fixed all those issues. One feature that users requested was our prompt library, which we've added. Now users can create their own prompts or explore from our prompts. Another thing we've shipped is our web app and mobile app. So the reason we haven't launched this publicly, well, we had a lot of demand for it. We haven't launched it publicly just yet.
Bless you.
Thank you. We haven't launched it publicly because we're still fixing a few things, but you'll be able to use Chat Playground without the extension, and you'll also be able to use Chat Playground as an app. So here, I'm going to unshare my screen and show you the app that we have. Okay. So here I have our app downloaded right here, and then once you, so I need to log in, but here it is, and I could use it directly on my phone. We're fixing a few things, but our app on our web app should be live in uh, 1 week.
Fantastic. Let me know as soon as possible about that.
Of course, of
well,
course.
you can update the deal page, but let us know so we can let everybody else know as well. Great.
Hmm.
Um, do-
A lot of the feedback has also been around like creating more customized AI models. So that's why we're going in the agents direction.
yeah, makes sense. It makes sense. Um, do you have any advice on like best practices for using chat playground or just AI in general, like the attitudes around it? Because a lot of people can just get the outputs and just paste them. Would you recommend personalization? And what advice do you have for those that are using it for research purposes?
Yeah. I mean, so AI requires a lot of creativity if you want to leverage it to its maximum potential. So I recommend anyone who wants to leverage AI which I think anyone should be trying to leverage AI to its maximum potential. For one day, just one day, sit down for an hour and think about the different prompts that you can create. Because prompt engineering is literally the difference maker. And that's what we did. We sat down, we were like, okay, we're going to create a prompt for LinkedIn post generator. We're going to create a prompt to help us answer questions on AppSumo, because we were spending 2 hours a day. Now we're spending around 15 minutes. And those are the two prompts that we created. But now that I'm hearing myself out loud, I need to take that advice as well, and I need to sit down for me, I'd want to sit down for like 3 hours, 4 hours, and just create prompts that can help us on our day-to-day business, because I know those are going to save us hours a week.
Yep. Chat Playground is pinned to my browser,
Oh
and
yeah,
on Monday I'm setting a deadline for me to write some prompts just to assist me in my day to day. So I'll keep you informed about how that's going for me. Uh,
that sounds great. I'm glad that it can be helpful for you, man.
yeah, Chat Playground is used by AppSumo or
Awesome.
members of the team. So yeah, um,
And I'm curious. I know one thing about our AI browser Copilot. I'm mentioning it a lot because it's kind of the direction we want to build off of. Uh, there's kind of like this now. A lot of people have pivoted from using ChatGPT to just directly using our AI browser Copilot because it's so much more convenient. Chris, on your end, have you had that same experience, or do you think like there's still that onboarding step that you need to get over?
when I what the only issue I had, so I pinned it to the Chrome extension. I followed that. I didn't have any problems with onboarding, but
Yeah.
when I was using one of the shortcuts, it was Control B, which is bold, and I use
Yeah.
bold text a lot.
Oh, I see.
And it just kept pulling up, so I had to go to Google Chrome settings and change the shortcut to Command Y instead. But other than that, I haven't explored it as much as I should be exploring it. So Monday, first thing, I'm sitting down and playing around with it. But I, the onboarding totally fine. It was just I think maybe are you able to change that because B B, C, and V and X are quite the popular
Yeah.
shortcuts for like cut, copy, paste,
Hmm.
bolding. So, but other than that, I really like the UX, and a lot of the time, Sumalings look for the UX experience, and it's really simple to use. So,
Yeah.
um,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Do you have any like final words before we end this live stream today? Is there any message that you want to send to Sumalings that are on the fence about Chat Playground before we actually uh, share the deal and what's kind of in it?
Yeah. So I know a lot of users are still new to the AI world and they're still exploring. Uh, with us, our team is available practically 24/7. You can book a meeting with us. We can walk you through the setup and get you started and teach you how to leverage AI to its maximum potential. And we can go over some use cases in your industry. So if you're working in sales, we could go over some use cases in sales. If you're working in marketing, we could go over some use cases in marketing. So don't feel shy. We're here to support you guys, and anything you need help with, that's what we're here for.
Perfect. Let's go to the actual deal on AppSumo. Let me
Nice.
go to the full screen there. Uh, what can you see? Yeah, you can see the full deal. Okay, so could you just briefly go over what they get in the lifetime deal um, for all plans? Uh, please, can you see the screen? Yeah,
Yeah, basically with our lifetime deal, there's no difference between our lifetime deal and our monthly subscription. So everything I just demoed is what you'll get, and you'll continue to get updates. The only difference between with our lifetime deal is that you can bring your own API key. So if you wanted to purchase, for example, tier 3, you can bring your own API key, and you can, instead of having 1,200 queries a month, you'll have an unlimited amount of queries a month. And then the higher tiers you go, the more teammates you can add to use Chat Playground.
And you'd recommend having more than one or two team members, or why should somebody need the tier 3 plan
Yeah.
for 5 team seats instead of one team seat? What's the big difference except for the obvious?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a productivity tool. We find that it saves. Well, I'll speak for myself here. It saves me like 4 hours a week of work, and if I want that same impact to be on my employees, then why not share this app with them? It's a couple tens of dollars more, and it's gonna save a lot of hours.
Yep. Cool. That's great. We do have another question about the web app.
Yeah.
How could you monetize this on a website?
I'm not quite sure what that means, David. If you can maybe clarify a bit more, because we don't have like a monetization feature for any of our features where you can monetize them.
Perfect. Yep. Great. Um, yeah, I don't. I think that we're pretty clear on that. Do you have any new features coming soon that we can get excited about? Or because I know you mentioned that you don't want to you launch with lots of products and now you're trying to figure out which one's best and zoning on that. But I, are you working on anything exciting?
Yeah, we're definitely toning it down. Rather than we're going to focus on quality versus quantity, which is not what we were doing these past 4 months. And for us, what quality looks like is going to be shipping our AI agents feature. And yeah, I think that's the main thing for us. We're going to take some time to ship that. It's not really a feature. It's going to be a whole we're rethinking how the whole platform is going to work. Um, and that's going to take us around 1 month to build out. So be patient with us, guys.
Perfect. Um, can we create our own GPTs with this as well?
Not at the moment, Tiggy, but with our AI agents, you'll be able to basically customize them the same way you can customize GPTs. We're going to enable you to customize them a lot more. So GPTs are limited with data and privacy concerns for large enterprises. They can't really use GPTs. They're built for the consumer, so they can only handle so much information, and you can only train them on instructions you give it and PDFs. On the flip side, you'll be able to train our agents with YouTube videos, an unlimited amount of company information, and you can connect it to different apps. So you can connect it to all of the files in your Google Drive, for example, and now it knows practically everything about your company. And of course, we're going to have the right privacy and data concerns set up for that.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Mohammed. When you do announce another big feature, let us know because we'd love to do another
Yeah,
webinar like this with our Plus members. So, thank you so much, and I hope you get better soon.
yeah.
And just thank you for joining. Oh, actually,
One
we
more.
one more question. I think. How long is this deal? Well, can we can we have it until October 1st? I will definitely. I believe it will still be available past October 1st.
Yep.
And do you have a YouTube with this? Yeah, do you have a YouTube channel with like tutorials?
Yeah, if you just type in YouTube chat playground AI, will pop up, and you can watch all our YouTube videos. And let us, you can always leave a comment in the YouTube videos if you'd like us to create a certain YouTube video discussing different use cases in different industries, or just a general tutorial.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah,
thanks for everybody who contributed to questions. Thank you so much for doing the demo and covering all the features and talking about your vision and how you came up with the concept.
of
I
course.
wish you all the well with the evolution of the product, and I will let you know how it goes on Monday with my onboarding.
Uh,